Broccoli.
Alrighty, Goosers, here we go with another Goosher 100 video. This one comes to us from our good pal, Epic Shaggy. This is the second of his doubleheader for this month, and this is more Brewstew. I just become such a nerd for Brewstew. Well, again, the way he tells the story is just unparalleled. It's just so good, so entertaining, and I love his style of animation. And, excuse me, Shaggy's put together a nice little playlist for us. No real theming this time, just Brewstew fun. This one's just called Backstreet Boys.
I don't really know how to say it, so I'm just going to say it. I went to a Backstreet Boys concert. Now let me just go ahead and say that this clearly wasn't my idea. After all, I'm more of an NSYNC man myself. This all started when me and my wife were sitting on the couch one day, and she found out that indeed the Backstreet Boys were coming to town. And
Middle-aged crisis
her
tour.
reaction when she found out, I thought a goddamn family member died. Oh my God! What happened? Is it Aunt Carol? Is Aunt Carol okay? And at first her ass couldn't even talk right to get it out. What is it, baboon? Was Aunt Carol murdered by a baboon? What the hell?
Carol murdered by a baboon?
Backstreet's back. All right? You're goddamn right, all right. I don't give a shit. We are going. I've been wanting to see them in concert since Tamagotchis were popular. So, of course, we put our house up for a second mortgage so we could buy these goddamn Backstreet Boy tickets.
Pretty much.
I've never been to a Backstreet Boys concert before. I had a few questions. Like, for one, are the Backstreet Boys going to have an opening act? Is there going to be like a fucking bloated Lou Bega waltzing on stage? Like, hey, everybody remember me?
Mambo number
I did
5.
that one song called, what is it?
Mambo number 5.
6. And for two, what the hell am I, a grown-ass 31-year-old man, gonna wear to this goddamn thing? I'm not gonna wear a Backstreet Boys t-shirt after all. It's an unwritten rule. You're not supposed to wear the t-shirt of the band that you're going to see. It's redundant. It's stupid. Well, since, like I said, I'm more of an NSYNC man myself, I figured that would be my best bet. But since every NSYNC t-shirt I found online was made for prepubescent girls, I had to make my own goddamn t-shirt. So I picked my favorite NSYNC band member, Joey Fat One, and I go on the Google, and I type in his name. Sure as hell, I take the first picture that I see, and presto, I got myself an NSYNC t-shirt for the concert. Sure, it's not the most flattering picture of Joey Fat One, looking like he's managing a fucking Red Robin these days. But what the hell, we all can't be perfect. So off we go.
Well, he's managing his hot dog stand.
Unfortunately, we missed the bloated Lou Bega opener because apparently everybody in the fucking town had to go see the goddamn Backstreet Boys. The line is long as hell. I got people staring at my shirt like, who the hell is that? What do you mean? It's Joey fucking Fat One. Have some goddamn respect. So finally we make it to our seats, just in time for the Backstreet Boys. Let me tell you, when these motherfuckers hit the stage, it was sheer pandemonium. There's bras getting thrown on stage. Pregnant chicks are going into labor and shit. Ouch, my baby. Then you got a bunch of husbands and boyfriends standing there, not knowing how to feel about themselves. Football and beer. Football and beer. I'm still masculine. Meanwhile, my wife's over there completely catatonic, looking like she just saw Jesus in a fucking fever dream. I'm over there like, boy, I sure wish I drank like 12 more beers before this. So throughout the concert,
his descriptions
I'm asking my wife which
so
Backstreet
good.
Boys which, like they're fucking Pokemon. Ooh, which one's that one? What does he do? What? That's Kevin, you stupid ass. How do you not know who Kevin is? So by the end of the concert, I knew who all the Backstreet Boys were. There's Kevin, who looks like he's a part-time lion tamer and full-time sorcerer. Brian, who is 47 years old, but he has the face of a fucking Polly Pocket. AJ, who looks like a dude you'd buy fucking Adderall from. The brother of Aaron Carter. And then there's Howie, which I found out is my favorite Backstreet Boy. Because to me, Howie just seems like he just does it for a living. Like if you met him at a bar somewhere, he'd be all nonchalant about it. Like, what's that? Oh, yes, indeed, I am a Backstreet Boy. But I also sell insurance, which is my life's true passion. I swear, like, halfway through the concert, we made eye contact, and he was like, hey, you in the Joey Fat One t-shirt. You know, I could sure save you a lot of money if we bundled your home and auto insurance. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy.
He's a bundler.
Maybe I was hearing stuff. Howie, if you're out there, give me a call. We'll work out a deal. Now, I gotta say, as the concert went on, I was pretty goddamn impressed with the Backstreet Boys. I mean, there they are. 3 out of the 5 guys are probably grandparents at this point, but they're still dancing their ass off like fucking Y2K's right around the corner, and it's the last day on Earth. And they are sweating their asses off. They're sweating so hard that every 3 songs or so, they gotta go and change wardrobe. Which leads me to the most awkward part of the entire concert, when 3 of the guys go backstage to change their clothes that they sweated through, but AJ and Aaron Carter's brother stayed out on stage, where they wheeled out tiny little boxes for them to change inside, right in front of everybody on stage. You got fucking AJ's ass pulling his boxers out. There's a big-ass fucking bleach stain on him, which was deeply unsettling for me. All the guys out there are completely uncomfortable with this whole scenario. Football and beer. Football and beer. Well, imagine our surprise when he fucking and flings it into the audience, and some 50-year-old dude, somebody's dad, catches it with one hand. Oh, I don't think those were intended for that guy. Yeah, I don't think so either. This dude looks around for a second.
Interception.
And without saying a goddamn thing, he pocketed those bad boys. That guy has plans for those, I can tell you that. Yeah, what a fucking pervert. So finally, the Backstreet Boys play their last song of the night, Larger Than Life, and here we are, drunk, having the fucking time of our life. And at the end of it all, I think it's safe to say that I'm now more of a Backstreet Boys fan than ever. Fuck Joey Fat One. I'm a goddamn Backstreet Boys fan now.
Holy Howie. Yeah. That was good. Yeah, I don't know how you keep your self-respect after going to Backstreet Boys concert. That's information. If I ever get trapped into something like that, I won't. How to go about saving myself. Now this one's called 90s TV Double Dare.
So,
I remember Double Dare.
This is going to be a new little sub-series that I'm going to do. And it's going to be about the TV shows that I used to watch as a kid. And I think it's safe to say that TV shows were a much simpler form of entertainment back then. Well, maybe not simpler, considering Is It Cake is a thing, for Christ's sake. That's the word I'm looking for. Oh, that's right. Better. TV was better in the 90s, and I'm going to prove it today. The first
What
show I
is
want to
that
talk
word?
about is the Nickelodeon show Double Dare. Now, Double Dare was a game show that pitted two families against each
What the
other
hell?
in trivia, physical challenges, and of course,
Dude who
the
hosted
Big
it. I
Daddy
can't remember his
course at
name.
the end. You got a young Mark
Mark
Summers as
Summers.
the host.
Thank you.
And yes, that's Mark with a C because, well, we spelled things differently in the 90s. Back then, you spelled Mark with a C, you spelled kids with a Z, all because it was cool with a fucking K. So you have a family on each side of the stage, and they're given some arbitrary team name. Okay, first up, we got the blue team, the Curious Uncles. They're going to go up against the red team, the Manitoba Stranglers. Looks like it's going to be a good game. But it didn't matter what the family team names were because they were all the same. Each
Those are
family had
quality
two
team
kids.
names.
The dad always had a mustache, and everybody's mom just kind of looked like this. And for whatever reason, when they'd introduce the
was the
families,
90s,
they'd always
too.
make like the youngest kid tell some bullshit story about their family, which always took way too goddamn long. So, little Susie, I heard you have a funny story about the time the family dog threw up in the driveway. Care to tell us about that story? Yeah, one time there was like this dog. It was our dog, and we were leaving. And then the dog, it was in the morning.
He's so
and when
freaking
it
spot on
happened,
with this
we were
stuff.
there over by the bushes. Wait, before that, my brother was walking, and then we looked over, and I think it was raining. No, it wasn't raining. And then Mom was there, and then we looked over, and
One of the
then
Stranglers
dog
ain't gonna
threw up
make
in the
it.
driveway. That was a fantastic story there, little Susie. How about we do some fucking trivia now? Now, Double Dare starts out as a basic trivia game, but there's a catch. And that is, if you don't know the answer, you can always dare the other family to answer it and hope that they're just as stupid as you are. Well, hold on a goddamn minute. The show's called Double Dare after all, and that is because they could always double dare your ass back. Now you have to do a physical challenge and look like a complete asshole on cable television. And since trivia is boring as hell by itself, I think they made the trivia questions a little difficult just so they could get to the goddamn
Just so we
physical
could get to
challenges.
the
All right,
the
blue
interesting
team, first
stuff.
question. What is the hypotenuse derivative of the fifth hyperbole when it's divided by a denominator of the fifth degree? Yeah, I think we're gonna dare on this one. Okay, over to the red team.
6.
Red team, what is the hypotenuse derivative? Fucking Double Dare, Mark. I put up drywall for a living. What the hell? And we're back to the blue team again. Physical challenge, Mark. For Christ's sake, we'll do the fucking physical challenge. Now, the physical challenges were really never all that physical. It was really just an excuse for one of the kids to make their parents look like an asshole in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah.
All right, little Susie, you got
And that-
30
that was
seconds to
entertaining.
fling this bucket of bear shit down there at your dad who's got a bucket taped to his head like an asshole. Ready, set, go. Oh, and there they go. Little Susie's giving it her all. Dad's down there and he's looking like he's eating shit, both
Oh.
literally and figuratively. The crowd is going wild. Oh boy, it's gonna be close. Time's up. You lose. $100 to the red team. Dad, here's a moist towelette. Now get the fuck off my stage. So this whole fiasco goes on over and over again until Marcus had enough of that happy horse shit. And at that point, whichever family has the most money goes on to the
Big Daddy Obstacle Course.
and the other family gets a pair of Skechers, and they promptly fuck off. Now, of course, the obstacle
Promptly
course
fuck
was the best
off.
part of the entire show.
Well
It's what
put.
put the asses in the seats at the Double Dare studios, if you will. I mean, you gotta
Right.
cross the monkey bars, you gotta go sliding down slides,
Slime,
into vats
baby.
of slime, or gack, if you will. You remember gack? That bright-colored goopy shit? I think that's what modern TV's missing these days. There's not enough gack in it. You go
Agreed.
ask anybody on the street that's under the age of 25 what gack is, they wouldn't have a clue. Gack? What the hell? What is that, a fucking Dr. Seuss character? What the hell is gack? All right, so the whole point
That would
of
be
the
a good
obstacle
guess, though,
course is
actually.
you have 60 seconds to retrieve 8 red flags. Each flag that you got, you won a prize. Now, each prize, of course, got progressively better as you went, which meant that the first flag was always some bullshit prize. Like 15 minutes before the show started, the showrunners were like, hey, say, you took care of that first prize, right? What? No, I thought you did. And then they had to, like, run to a Dollar General real quick to find something. But it didn't matter because they always hyped it up on the show like it was the best prize fucking possible. All right, for the first flag, they gotta climb over this baby pool filled with a fuck ton of gack. If they do that, Harvey, what do they win?
It's a bottle of palm-olive dish soap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Whether you're scrubbing pots
I'll
and
take on
pans
that
or you're
gack.
disciplining foul-mouthed children, dish soap
Oh.
will get the job done.
And of course, the middle flags would always showcase, like, the peak of 90s electronic technology at the time. All right, for this obstacle, we're gonna dump a bunch of bullshit on your head, and then there's, like, a flag or something. I don't know. Harvey, what's the prize they win?
It's a Panasonic VCR.
You should pay the max. Yeah, that would have been a great prize back then.
A remote control, and it weighs more than an average 5th grader. Now Dad can watch Smokey and the Bandit right in your very own living room thanks to VCR by Panasonic.
Now, the grand prize, of course, was at the very end, and this was either a vacation or it was a brand new car, which I thought was very ambitious for a Nickelodeon game show. All right, little Susie, if you get past the rabid Doberman and grab the flag, Harvey, what's the grand prize?
It's a Ford Escort.
That's almost a car.
That's right, it's a 1.6-liter
Car for the
four-banger
cool
with a top
kids.
speed of 49 miles per hour. It's cheap, it's economical, and it sounds like the hooker of automobiles. It's the Escort by Ford.
So finally, they start this out, of course, and let's be honest, it's
Hooker
a
of
complete shit
automobiles.
show. I mean, the kids are one thing. They're all spry and limber. They're doing well. But then you got Dad lagging behind with his fucking high-ass blood pressure, and Mom, who hasn't fucking ran anywhere since her lacrosse days in high school. They got 60 seconds. They sure as hell ain't winning that Ford Escort, I can tell you that. Hell, even as a kid, I knew how every episode of Double Dare was going to end. And that is with time running out, and somebody's out-of-breath dad frantically searching a giant nose for a fucking flag. Oh, this is bullshit! There's no flag in there! This goddamn game is rigged! Oh, wait a minute, here it is. And then you got Mark Summers coming in out of nowhere. Well, I guess it sucks to suck, doesn't it? Harvey, tell them all the prizes they won.
Well, they got the Palmolive dish soap, the Bugs Bunny pencil sharpener, the Vanilla Ice cassette tape, the Pogo stick, and the gigantic VCR by Panasonic.
And then boom,
That's a score.
credits roll, the
You got
show's
the VCR.
over, and your 8-year-old ass is fucking entertained, I can tell you that. That was it. Solid, simple American
I was
television
way
in the
older than
90s.
8,
Now you
and
turn
I
on
still
TV
watch
these
the
days,
show.
and you gotta watch Dog
It's
the
sad.
Bounty Hunter dressed up as a fucking armadillo. I don't want to watch that. Just give me a bumbling Midwestern family covered in bullshit trying to win a fucking karaoke machine, and I'll be all set. The end.
Well put. Well put. That was good. That was the perfect rundown, and that was absolutely Double Dare. Now we're going to Busted Lip. Oh, I've had tons of
All right.
those.
Now, over
Very
the years,
experienced.
I've made plenty of cartoons based on all the ridiculous things that have happened in my life. And as you may know, I am not a cover band. I don't do other people's
excuse
stories.
me.
I only do my own. And I've had plenty of emails from people that have been like, oh, you should do the story about the time my Uncle Frank passed out with my Cocker Spaniel's paw in his mouth. And I'm always like, I don't know your weird Uncle Frank, and I don't know your weird little Cocker Spaniel. That's your story, not mine. I'm not doing it. Well, that's all about to change because today I'm going to do my first cover story. You see, this year I had the chance to be a coach on a Pee Wee baseball team. And you might be
Did
sitting
that?
there like, really?
For
Who
my
the hell put
kid-
this guy in charge of a
my,
bunch of 9 and 10
kids
year olds?
and grandkids.
Listen here, buddy, I can teach kids how to play baseball. I'm really good at coaching children, as a matter of fact. All right, as soon as that ball's hit, you need to run fast, okay? Super fast, like you just robbed a liquor store at knife point. Okay, what? Go,
What?
damn it, go. I was a pretty damn good coach, I must say. I don't care what the hell the
Give 'em
fucking
the proper
lawsuit
motivation.
said. Well, imagine my surprise when during practice one day, one of our kids comes up to me and he's like, I'm a really big fan of your YouTube channel, and I wrote you this script to help with your career. Now, this caught me off guard because I didn't tell any of the kids that I did YouTube for a living. How this kid found out, I have no idea, but that's the last shit that I'm trying to deal with. Like, I can just imagine this kid's dad walking in the living room while his kid's watching my shitty little cartoons.
Oh my God, Michael, you are a fucktard. Jesus. Don't call me fucktard, Jesus.
What the hell are you watching in here? Oh, it's okay. It's just my coach from Pee Wee Baseball. Oh, all
Yeah.
right. Wait a minute. What the fuck? Yeah, no, that's not good. In fact, if your little ass is still watching this cartoon right now, knock it off and go do some homework or something. Now, I'm not going to say this kid's name that wrote this script, obviously. I'm not gonna dox the poor kid. How fucked up would that be? But I will tell you what his nickname was. Because, well, I gave every kid on the team an arbitrary nickname. And we had some pretty good ones on the team. We had freshly baked donuts at first base, 3 blind Bryce out in left field. Hell, I called one kid
Bryce.
Old Hickory all year long, and to this day he has no idea why. And frankly, neither do I. It just sounded good at the time. I don't know. I'd be down at third base while he's at the bat. All right, Old Hickory, let's swing away. Here it comes, Old Hickory, right down the pipe. His parents are sitting on the bench completely baffled. What the hell is he calling
Why is
our
he
son?
Old Hickory?
I have no idea, but I sure don't like it. Look, I'm the coach, all right? And if I want to call your kid by President Andrew Jackson's nickname, well, by golly, I'm going to do it. Anyways, so this kid's
Oh my
nickname
God, these are
was the
so
Madman.
fun.
Now, why did I call him the Madman? Well, because this kid was like fucking 47 pounds and he was the smallest kid on the team. Having a nickname like the Madman gave him some confidence while he was at the plate. All right, Madman, swing away. This kid's crazy. I seen him fucking rob an old woman with a hammer. Swing away, Madman. What the?
Attaboy,
This
Madman.
kid's name's the Madman? What the hell?
That's some
That's
rep.
my name, motherfucker. Don't wear it out. So I read this kid's script, which is entitled Busted Lip. And it's about a kid on his baseball team last year who got hit in the face with a fly ball. Spoiler alert. And you know, it's a pretty shitty script, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the kid can hardly wipe his ass. I wasn't expecting much. But what I really wasn't expecting was for him to pepper in a few swear words in the script. Yeah, that's right, he threw a couple F-bombs in there because he knew he was writing for a Brewstew cartoon, and in the Brewstew world, there's no such thing as the word frickin'. I couldn't believe
Yeah.
it. I mean, granted, he did put some asterisks in there to cover his ass, in case his parents found it and read it, which would have been awkward. They would have been like, what the hell kind of manifesto is our kid writing? Yeah, probably wouldn't be a good look. But anyway, since this kid had the balls
kind
to
of
write this script in the
manifesto is
first place,
this?
I present to you my first cover story.
That wouldn't be
This is
unsettling
the Madman's
at all.
Busted Lip. All right, now we've all played baseball before, right? All right, I'm not doing the voice the entire time.
Yeah, I
Holy
don't
hell,
blame
my
you.
fucking throat's gonna be shot. I'm gonna need a fucking lozenge. All right, let's try again. All right, now we've all played baseball before, right? And if you haven't, hey, that's okay. My baseball team last year was called the Pirates. And on that team, there was Josh, there was
So I-
Tanner, there was Elijah.
Wow, that's what I
there was
played
Leo,
for
and there
when I was
holy
playing
hell,
in
he's
the
listing the
over
whole fucking
55
team.
league.
Madman, for future reference, we don't need to know the whole goddamn roster, all right? This shit sounds like the fucking starting offense in an NFL game. Bobby Thompson, Monroe Elementary. Ricky, homeschool. Big Ricky, the Ohio State University. Look, just rattle off a couple of kids' names, preferably the weird ones that will make the story more interesting. How about that? All right, back to it. And that was my baseball team, the Pirates. But this story is about a kid named Josh. Because Josh, and here comes our first F-bomb, everybody, busted his F***ing lip on a pop fly ball. Woo! He went there. He did it. And when that happened, everybody in the stands was like, Josh, what the H-E double hockey sticks? You're supposed to catch the ball with your glove, not your fucking face. All right, time out real quick. Because we just so happen to be at this game that he's talking about. And nobody that day was like, hey, you 9-year-old piece of shit, catch the ball with your glove, not your fucking face. High five, am I right? Ha ha. Stupid ass. No, that shit's crazy, man. What are you talking about? Maybe that's what your ruthless ass was thinking about, playing third base over there. But everybody in the stands was just concerned about this child's general welfare. All right, sorry, just had to clear that up real quick. So now Josh is bleeding, and he's crying like a baby. But eventually he calmed down, and then we started playing again. The end. Whoa, that was abrupt, wasn't it? Madman, you didn't quite stick the landing there, dude. You know, I get it. Endings can be hard sometimes. Life's not always a goddamn Steven Spielberg movie, am I right? But hey, not bad for a first script. Everybody,
No,
give
not
the
bad at all.
Madman a round of applause.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah, Madman.
Way to go, Madman.
Now, like I said, we were at this game he's referring to, and I feel like the Madman might have missed a few, key details. So I'd like to tell you this busted lip story, but from my perspective. All right, it's a lovely summer day, and the Pirates are playing the, whoever the fuck they were playing. We're in the stands enjoying ourselves, watching shitty little kid baseball. Little Ricky on the other team hits a pop fly, and the center fielder decides to catch the ball with his teeth.
With his
and
face,
my
yeah.
God, the sound that it made sounded like a fucking golf ball hitting aluminum siding. It was like,
Oh,
holy hell, is that kid dead? This kid collapses in the field like he just got shot by a rifle. The coach is running out there like the fucking baseball field's on fire. The Madman's at third base
God.
smoking a cigarette, not giving a fuck about anything. The whole scene's starting to look like the beginning of Saving Private Ryan.
I like
There's blood
Madman
all over
a
the
lot.
place. The left fielder's cradling
great
this kid's
kid.
head. He's got prayer beads in his hands and shit. Run away from the light. You're gonna make it. Think about how much Fortnite you still haven't played yet. Well, when the coach finally gets out there, that's when they realize that the kid is missing a fucking tooth. Yeah, Madman, I don't know how you managed to miss that minor detail. detail. I mean, the kid lost a fucking lateral incisor, for Christ's sake. You don't leave that shit in the footnotes. So now there's like a 20-minute shitty scavenger hunt for this kid's tooth. They're out there for so long, the umpire's eventually like, hey, I'm only getting paid to umpire 2 hours of shitty little kid baseball. Can we wrap this shit up? And just like that, they continued playing the game. The tooth is still missing to this day. And you know, little Joshua survived this whole ordeal. Hell, he even kept playing in this game because, well, it turns out you don't need fucking teeth to play baseball.
To catch the ball.
If you're still watching this, instead of doing homework like I told you, why don't you take some notes on my version of the story? Maybe draw yourself a fucking Venn diagram. Do a little compare and contrast, if you will. Maybe it'll help you out on your second script, and who knows, maybe years from now, we'll all be watching your shitty little cartoons on YouTube instead. The end.
That was good. That was good. I like Mad Men. How can you not like Mad Men? That kid knows a thing or two. And now this is 90s TV.
All right.
Figure it
now, for
out.
those of you that don't know, I'm doing a little sub-series on 90s TV shows.
remember a
the
show.
last time I touched on a Nickelodeon classic, Double Dare.
Called
this time
Figure It
around,
Out.
I want to talk about another Nickelodeon game show, and that would be the one called Figure It Out.
How
Now,
the hell
I was
did I
a big
miss
fan
that?
of Figure It Out when I was a kid, partly because it was a pretty simple concept. You had a child contestant that had some sort of secret hidden talent, and then you had a panel of Nickelodeon pseudo-celebrities that had to guess what it was. You know, they had
I
to
don't remember
figure
this.
it out. Oh, I see what they did. Okay. Now, this panel had 3 rounds to ask yes or no questions to the kid, and each round that they didn't figure it out, the kid won a prize. The first round would be like a pair of rollerblades. Second round was either a mountain bike or a Nintendo 64. And the third round was always a vacation of some sort. Pretty standard format. Except I gotta say that the vacations that they picked on Figure It Out fucking sucked ass. It was always like some arbitrary place like Corpus Christi, Texas,
Yeah.
or fucking Mount Pelier,
Yay.
Vermont. Ah, fuck yeah, Vermont. I love maple syrup and crusty
Don't,
asshole
I've
people.
been to
Hell
Mount
yeah.
Pelier,
At the
Vermont,
beginning of the show,
and
they
Corpus
would
Christi,
disclose
Texas,
to
for
those
that matter.
watching at home what this kid's little hidden talent
I would
was.
turn
and I have
down
to say,
both.
it was a pretty wide spectrum when it came to these so-called talents on Figure It Out. I mean, sure, sometimes you'd have like a really smart kid that would be like, I invented bifocals in the 2nd grade. And you'd be sitting there at home like, God damn, bifocals? I thought that was Ben Franklin's ass. That's pretty damn impressive. But then most of the time, they'd be scraping the bottom of the barrel for talent, and they just throw some dirty little kid up there like, sometimes I have my dog drink milk from the inside of my mouth.
Oh,
Oh, what the fuck? How the hell is that a talent? What is this, fucking Fear Factor? That kid's gonna get gingivitis for Christ's sake. And yeah, before you ask, I'm not exaggerating. That was indeed a real talent on a real episode of Figure It Out. I saw this shit when I was 9 years
Holy
old,
shit.
for Christ's sake.
Oh,
A little
my
girl
God.
letting a
It
dog
really
lick
was.
milk out of her fucking mouth. And that memory's been with me ever since. Why? So let's go ahead and do a little
it's funny how the
hypothetical
dog
Figure It
even
Out, if
knows
you
that
will,
this
just
is
to let you guys know
messed
how this
up.
show played out. First of all,
You
the
can
show
tell
starts
he
with the host,
doesn't want to be
Summer
there.
Sanders. And side note, while I was recording this, I kept saying Suzanne Summers instead of Summer Sanders. You know, the chick from fucking Three's Company. For whatever reason, my brain can't differentiate between the two people. They're the same fucking person to me, so if I confuse the two during this cartoon, well, you're just gonna have to deal with it, because I'm sick of recording this goddamn thing. So anyway,
Don't blame
Suzanne
ya.
Summers introduces the first contestant, Little Ricky. And Little Ricky would either have a mullet or a bowl cut hairdo. It wasn't required to be on the show, but, well, it sure seemed like it was recommended. And let's just say Little
It was
Ricky's talent
suggested.
is that he's the
It got you
fucking
there.
hula hoop champion of Wisconsin. That sounds about right. That's smack dab in the spectrum there. I don't know what the fuck a hula hoop champion is, but it might be impressive. So first things first, they break down his talent into a few words, and they plaster him on this giant head that they call Billy or Buddy or fucking Bucky the Answer Head, whatever the hell it was. But they hide
Bucky
all the main words from the
Billy
panel,
the
of
Answer
course.
Head, okay.
And now it's the panel's job to ask yes or no questions in order to figure out what the fuck Little Ricky's all about. And on this panel, you'd have like Mike O'Malley from Nickelodeon Guts, Josh Server's obnoxious ass from All That, my boy Danny Tamborelli from Pete and Pete, and my personal favorite, Lori Beth motherfucking Denberg. Now, Lori Beth Denberg was my favorite panelist because she was the only one that took the game seriously. The other people would just joke around and ask the kids stupid questions like, does your talent have anything to do with porcupines? No, what the fuck? But not Lori Beth Denberg's ass. No, her ass was
She was
trying
gonna
figure
get to
it
the
out.
bottom
Fuck
of this.
These kids and their hopes and dreams. She's gonna ask some tough-ass questions and get some answers. Tell me, child, are either of your parents ashamed of your talent? I don't know. Judges, what do you think? They're saying yes, absolutely. Specifically the dad.
for sure.
Interesting. Is it perhaps because you're a champion of a not-so-masculine activity? Holy shit, she's good. You know, Lori Beth, it's still the first round. Why don't you take it easy on the kid? Oh, I'm sorry,
Calm
Suzanne
down.
Summers. I thought we were supposed to fucking figure it out. Are we not supposed to figure it out? What the fuck is this? Now, it's important to note that every round, the panelists would be given a clue of some sort.
You don't screw with
I mean,
Lori
blank,
Beth.
champion of blank, sure as hell ain't
She's
much
edgy.
to go off of. Are you the world champion of porcupines? No, Josh, he's not. What the fuck is up with you and porcupines? Now, these clues that they would get would vary from episode to episode. Sometimes they'd have the panelists feel an object while they're blindfolded, or sometimes people would just yell shit at them from the audience. Hey, you stupid asses! It's a state that nobody gives a shit about! Wisconsin?
Wisconsin? There you go.
Well, sometimes they just bring out the charade brigade, which was when two assholes would march out on stage and try to mime a clue for them. Dancing? Dancing like an asshole.
Dancing like
Dirty
an asshole.
Dancing. Fucking Dirty Dancing champion of Wisconsin. Oh, god damn it. And then the charade brigade would just trot off stage, and usually the panelists were even more confused than they were to begin with. Now, the best part about Figure It Out was, of course, the slime. I mean, it's a Nickelodeon show, for Christ's sake. Somebody's got to get covered in green shit. It's what puts the asses in the seats, if you will. And the slime would happen in the second round with something they would call the
Secret slime action.
Now, the panelists obviously had no idea what the secret slime action was. They would just flash it on screen for everybody watching at home. The secret slime action is trying to hide a fart by coughing into your hand. So now you'd be sitting at home all amped up, just waiting for one of the panelists to fuck up and get slimed 6 ways to Sunday. Does your talent involve...
Oh, Danny.
Oh, looks like you did the secret slime action, Danny Tamborelli. How dare you try to fart in front of a live studio audience, you fucking piece of shit. And I swear, it seemed like it was always
You're
Danny
garbage,
Tamborelli's
Danny.
ass getting slimed. Like they would target his ass specifically with the secret slime action. The secret slime action is being a redheaded freckled fuck.
I knew it was going to be something about being a ginger.
Oh, snap, Danny. Looks like we got you again. What the hell did I do this time? Well, it's not what you did, Danny. It's what you are.
What you
it's not
are.
my fault you're a redheaded freckled fuck. Now, after 3 complete rounds of all this happy horse shit, it would come down to the panel's final guess.
Oh, my
Little
God,
Ricky
these
be
are
getting
so
all
good.
Excited. That vacation to Butte, Montana's practically in pissing distance now, but not so fast because you'd still have Lori Beth Denberg's ass over there smoking a cigarette. You know damn well she had this kid still in her crosshairs. Well, little Ricky, it's been a fine episode, but I think you and I both know that you're the fucking hula hoop champion of Wisconsin. Oh, snap. Lori Beth Denberg coming in clutch. Well, I guess it sucks to suck, little Ricky. No vacation for your ass.
Suck.
Jay, tell him all the prizes that he won. Well, he's won the pair of rollerblades and the Nintendo 60 mountain bike, but he just fell short of the trip to Butte.
Montana.
So,
And
in
then,
other
lo and
words,
behold, it's
he
the end
won
of
all the
show.
way
And
around.
of course, little Ricky gets to demonstrate his mediocre, semi-impressive talent for everybody. But they'd always be running out of time, be like the last 6 seconds to figure out 30-minute time block, so they'd have to rush his ass through to get to the credits.
Excuse me.
All right, little Ricky, let's see what you got. Wow, that's amazing. Anyways, that's all the time we have today. I'm Summer Sanders, Suzanne Summers, whatever the fuck my name is. We'll see you again on another episode of Figure It Out. Roll the credits, hurry, roll them, roll the credits. And that was pretty much an episode of Figure It Out. Now, was Figure It Out better than an episode of Double Dare? Well, fucking hell no. Double Dare had a goddamn obstacle course at the end
Yeah,
of the show. You
yeah,
can't compete
I'm
an
with you.
obstacle course. Somebody's mom slipping a disc because she fucking fell in some gack.
Yeah,
No way.
you could see
Regardless,
injuries.
Figure It Out was one of
It's
my
definitely
favorite
the better
shows.
show.
And I think for my next
A
episode of this
big
little
likelihood of
sub-series, I'm
injuries.
either going to do Supermarket Sweep or maybe another
I remember
Nickelodeon
that one.
classic.
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Leave your votes
Don't
down
remember
in the
that one.
comments, or don't because I'm not your dad and I can't tell you what to do. And let's be honest, I'm not going to tally them up anyway, so what's the fucking point? The end.
Ah, these kill me. This is so good. Last one for this round. This is called Haunted Duplex: The Untold
All right.
Stories.
Now, for those of you that
They're
don't
about
know,
to be
years
told.
ago, me and my friend Brewer lived in what we thought was a haunted house. Or I'm sorry, not a haunted house, a haunted duplex. It was a haunted half of a house, if you will. And a while back, I did a whole sub-series on all the paranormal experiences that we encountered. But with that being said, I didn't mention everything that happened to us because, well, the series was already 3 episodes long. What is this, the Lord of the Rings? How many episodes can I make about a spooky duplex, for Christ's sake? But since it's been a while, and, you know,
I miss
Halloween
Lord of the
is in
Rings.
pissing distance once again, I'd like to talk about some of
Excuse
the...
me.
Untold stories of the haunted duplex.
Now, of course, all this haunted happy horse shit started when me and my friends decided to fuck around with a Ouija board, which may or may not have invited a demon ghost into our household. And ever since then, bizarre shit just started happening to us left and right. And one of the first things that started to happen, one of these untold stories, if you will, was what I like to call
The disappearing goose figurines. Ha!
Now, first, it's important to note that my parents used to live in this duplex before Brewer and I did. And when they moved out and we moved in, my mom left a bunch of her shit behind. And a lot of this shit just so happened to be goose-themed for whatever reason. I don't know what her fucking fascination is with geese, but we had, like, goose tapestries up on the wall, fucking goose pictures hanging up in the kitchen. But it was these goddamn goose figurines in the living room that were the most peculiar. Because every so often, I'd come home from work, and one of them would be missing from the shelf. Now, where the hell would these little goose figurines go? Well, I'd find them in random-ass places all throughout the house. I'd find them sitting on the kitchen counter. I'd find them underneath the couch.
That would be a little
sometimes I'd find them in the fucking
concerning.
bathroom of all places. Now, at
Freak
first,
you out
I
just
thought
a
it was
little
just
bit.
Brewer screwing with me. You know, trying to make me question my sanity and shit. You know how roommates do. That is until we both came home from Wendy's one day, and all the goddamn geese figurines are spread out on the floor all willy-nilly. Now, to me personally, there was only two possible explanations for this. Either A, it's the demon ghost from the Ouija board,
Sure.
and it has an even weirder obsession with geese than my mom does. Or B, there's some fucking Toy Story shit going on here, and the geese are alive. And to be honest, I don't know which one of those scenarios is worse. But I can tell you for the next few days, before I left for work, I'd try to catch those geese in the act. I'd be standing in the doorway like, all right, I'm leaving the premises. If any sentient goose figurines want to come to life and do Toy Story
Now's
shit,
the time.
now's the time to do it.
Yep.
Aha! Gotcha!
Damn it.
God damn it, I'm on to you, geese. You hear me? I'm on to you and your goddamn Toy Story bullshit. Yeah, needless to say, we never figured out exactly what was going on, but disappearing goose figurines was the least of our problems compared to the second untold story. And this one's called
Mysterious noises from the bottom part of the duplex.
Oh, all right.
So this little occurrence happened just when things started to really hit the fucking fan. It was sometime between me seeing a shadow ghost fly across my ceiling and Brewer's ass trying to fistfight that fucking ghost when it was behind our Christmas tree. Somewhere on that timeline. And of course, it's in the middle of the night. I'm laying in bed trying to sleep, trying not to think about how fucking haunted our house is. And
Yeah.
right when I'm about to
Be on
fall
your mind a
asleep,
lot.
I hear a noise coming from the downstairs apartment that sounds like somebody clapping their hands. Now, normally this wouldn't have been a problem. I mean, it's part of living in a duplex after all. You're gonna hear your downstairs neighbor from time to time. And if his ass wanted to give a round of applause at 2 o'clock in the morning for some arbitrary reason,
Sure.
well, it wasn't gonna be a big deal. But what was a big deal
Maybe he was
that
watching
his
Double
ass
Dare.
had moved out of the duplex months ago. So if
Oh.
nobody's living in the downstairs apartment, who the hell is playing patty cake down there? So I crawl down on my hands and knees to the vent that's in my room to get a closer look, or listen, I suppose. And sure as shit, I can hear somebody clapping down there like they're at a fucking high school pep rally.
Let's go.
Now, what the hell is a girl supposed to do in this situation? Well, I'll tell you what I did. I decided to try to speak to whatever was down there. Hello? Hello? Now, in retrospect, this was stupid as hell. I mean, let's be honest. It's probably the fucking demon ghost
Right.
down there. What could possibly be the best
The
case
demon
scenario?
ghost is not gonna
Just
chat
waltzes
with you.
over to the fucking vent and is like, oh, hi, it's me, the demon ghost. What, are we talking through the vents? You want to fucking tie a string to some aluminum cans and play telephone? Yeah, I don't know what the hell I was thinking, all right? But what I do know is that whatever was down there decided to reply to my ass. And the sound that I heard next is a little difficult to describe, but it kind of sounded like a fucking dog yawning. That's the closest thing that I could think of. It was like, no, that's not fucking right. That's not even close. Oh, fucking forget it. God damn it. It was a very uninviting, very unfriendly sound, all right? And
It's
after
pretty
hearing that
good.
shit at 2 o'clock in the morning, you want to take a guess on what I did next? Well, if you guessed turned on all the lights in my room and hid underneath the covers like a little baby-back bitch, you guessed correctly. Look, I don't care who you are.
Little
You hear some
baby-back
shit like that in
bitch.
the middle of the night, you figure out your place in the world pretty damn quick. And if some demon ghosts want to play patty cake downstairs, well, my ass sure as hell ain't gonna get involved. As long as I'm upstairs and they stay downstairs, I'm totally fine with it. Well, of course, all of that would change with the untold story number 3, and we'll call this one
The Great Demon Standoff. Blah.
All right,
Wow.
so this story starts out with Brewer deciding that he's going to get Del Taco one night. Now, I, of course, did not
Fair.
go with Brewer to Del Taco because, well, Del Taco sucks ass. It's like the fucking Kmart version of Taco Bell, all right? And if Taco Bell already rips my ass
Yeah.
bad enough,
Yeah, I'm
imagine
with
the
you
damage
again.
a fucking generic version can do. No, thank
There's
you.
one of
So
the
Brewer
geese
heads
on
out
the
to
floor.
Del Taco, and I'm in my room watching TV. I got the whole house to myself. I'm having a good time. I'm watching fucking Three's Company on Nick at Night. It's a pretty good episode.
That's it, John Ritter. I've had enough. I'm raising your rent. Well, Mr. Roper, if you raise my rent, I'm going to have to raise my foot up your ass.
Ah.
Yeah, you tell his ass, John Ritter. To hell with that, Mr. Roper. Well, imagine my surprise when, like, 5 minutes after Brewer leaves, I hear the living room door open and shut. And at first I didn't think anything of it. I thought maybe Brewer just changed his mind and he said to hell with Del Taco. So I yell out from my bedroom something like, "Oh, hey, what happened? You didn't feel like shitting yourself silly tonight?" Brewer? And after I said that, well, wouldn't you know, my phone starts ringing. And yep, you guessed it, it's Brewer's ass calling me. "Hey, the line at Del Taco is long as hell. I'm gonna go to Wendy's instead. Do you want anything?" You're not in the house right now? "No, dude, I just said I'm going to Wendy's. Now, do you want a junior bacon cheeseburger or what?" I'm gonna have to call you back. I think there's a murderer in the house." So after hanging up the phone, my first instinct is to hit the mute button on my TV.
I'll beat your ass silly, Mr. Roper. I'm not afraid to go to jail.
And as soon as I do that,
Tell him,
I
John.
hear footsteps walking
John
down the
Ritter will
hallway
mess you
that
up.
stop right outside of my bedroom door.
Oh,
now, I
that's
know
good.
some of you are sitting there watching this skeptical as fuck. And look, I get it. I don't care if you believe in Ouija boards or demon ghosts or fucking Patrick Swayze. All I'm saying is that I heard these goddamn footsteps, all right?
Excuse me.
I'm not bullshitting you. I was a Cub Scout as a kid, for Christ's sake. I took an oath of no bullshitting. It's the Scout motto. Now, most people have a fight or flight reaction when they're faced with a high-stress situation. Well,
Right.
not my ass, because I sat there frozen as fuck for like 14 minutes straight. I don't know what the hell's on the other side of that door. Is it a demon ghost? Is it an axe murderer? Is it a fucking crackhead with a sickle? I don't know what the hell it is. Well, eventually my brain kicks in and is like, "Hey, you stupid idiot, you gotta do something. You are missing the ending of Three's Company, for Christ's sake. Get a hold of yourself." So I approach my bedroom door, armed with nothing but my Magnavox TV remote. I'm trying to make my peace with God. My heart's beating fast as hell. Somewhere, Brewer's in a fucking Wendy's drive-thru, not giving a shit about anything. I rip open the door, and to my surprise, there's a fucking goose figurine in the hallway.
No.
It's just a goddamn Toy Story goose? And you might be sitting there watching this like, come on, a fucking goose? How anticlimactic. Well, listen here, you piece of shit. It was still freaky as hell. After hearing those footsteps,
That's
I wouldn't have been
freakier than
surprised if that goose figure
finding
came to
a
life and was like,
murderer.
I am the devil. Prepare to die. Blah.
So, with all that being said, those are my untold stories of
That
the
was
Haunted
actually
Dude.
pretty good. I
And
enjoyed
if
those.
there's any lesson to be learned here, well, I think it should be don't tempt the devil with a fucking board game. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good fucking Halloween. The end.
Oh, this guy is brilliant. That was another insanely good compilation. I like that last one. I liked hearing the stories. And again, I'm not a believer in the occult. I got my own story that I've told you guys. I think I've told you guys before. But that was entertaining. Having the goose actually be in there, as I said, made it a much better horror story than if it was just something boring like, an axe murderer or something.